Glasses off. Hello, hello, and welcome back to PTSD While Black. This is Quinn. Just doing a little bit of a check-in video because I'm doing creative projects and trying to be more present in my home. Um, so I'm trying to spend less time on the computer, focusing on stalkers and crap, and more time just being me. Um, But what I wanted to share about was a dream that I had, and I woke up this morning and it just helped me to see that I've repeated so many patterns in my own life. And that has been forfeiting my values, my goals, my visions to be to belong, to be accepted in any particular group. Um and it was like such a cool dream because I had a boyfriend in the dream, and he was average but unadventurous, not ambitious. Um, yeah, kind of dull. He felt kind of dull to be with. And my friend had a boyfriend who was very cerebral, loved astrology, astronomy. I love staring out into space and just being like, when I'm on Google Earth, I zoom out just to see the Milky Way. That's who I am. Anyway, but her boyfriend was very out there, a big thinker. And she was kind of like a mooch, just waiting to take things from, well, she's really not taking that much effort at what she was doing in life and kind of like borrowing from this person and that person. But she was a very sweet person, but not, again, not ambitious. And in the dream, her boyfriend asked me if I would be with him secretly. And I felt horrible at that idea. And I couldn't express it, I couldn't verbalize it. But it's like when the two of us would just hang out together, we would talk about all these things, and it's like, "Oh, I feel so alive around this person," right? Um, but I need to be expressive with love. That's what this dream showed me. Some values that I have is that I need to be expressive with love. I don't want love that's hidden or secretive. I want it to be all out. I want it to be honest. I want it to be present. I want it to be full. I value honesty above, probably way too much, above everything. I value people who are honest and knowing what the truth is in communications because there's been so much deception, that and breaking of trust in the course of my life. So it's like, okay, I really value honesty. Um, and my wonderful husband over there just farted. That's great. I love you too. Um, um, I value family. I value belonging and connection, and that's what I had with these people was kind of like a family, but I was compromising different parts of myself to be acceptable and just kind of dulling myself down. I keep hitting this thing. Anyway, my response to him was, "You need to break up with your girlfriend if you wanna be with me." Because though I know you're trying to avoid dealing with her heartache or her, disappointment, I cannot, in good conscience, be a side chick. That's not my thing. And I was like, "I would have to break up with my boyfriend to be with you, and I don't want to hurt him." So both of us were in places of we don't wanna hurt people. Um, and so I was like, "I need to pray. I need to pray on this, as to where to be, but you would have to break up with her to be with me." And he was like, "No, it'll be okay. We won't hurt them." And I was like, "I'm not going for that." The reason why this dream came up is because I've had this scenario multiple times in my life in different ways. And there's a speech that I posted on my videos called "Halt in the Name of Love" because it was kind of like recounting situations where I was the girl that was wanted, but I didn't speak up, and so somebody else got the guy. I was the girl that was wanted, but someone was already in a relationship, and I told him he had to break up with his girlfriend. And then there's I wasn't the girl that was wanted, but someone wanted to occupy my time all the time. And I've had that many times. And so I realized that it's my responsibility around having this happen in my life with relationships. Um, are you going to attack my feet, mister? Don't you do that. You stay up there, play with your dad. So the pattern is there. I keep reliving the pattern, and that's what the gang stalking situation is part of the pattern being there of attraction to people who are not emotionally available. And in this case with the gang stalking created a very dangerous situation for me and still is to this day. I'm still being blocked from like some websites I've noticed on my computer. So what I'm looking at is how did I stand up for Quinn? Do not bite my toes. Don't bite my toes. I don't appreciate you biting my toes, little man. Come here. Now you're going to be held. So this is my current side dude. I love this baby. Yes, I do. I love you. Anyway, stop being so bitey. It's like I need to be able to love freely all the way, 100%. And what I realized with all of these things, these values that I have that I'm looking at fulfilling externally, these are values that I'm really trying to fulfill internally. Yeah, to prioritize myself, to put myself first, to be honest with myself about what I really need, what I can and cannot do, what I'm okay with, what I'm not okay with, what my limitations are. To be loving myself full out, regardless of what anybody else has to think or say about that relationship. Um, and stop it, boo boo. To be expressive and creative and contributing to what's going on in my community. Whether that is I make things happen. Boy, you better stop. Leave it. Either I make things happen or I if I'm not contributing money, then I'm contributing time, I'm contributing energy. Um like like I'm choosing to be more present in my home right now instead of on the computer researching, fixing and doing all this stuff. So it's just recognizing that this is what is important to me. This is what my life is. He's kissing the kitten. Yeah, going to bed is difficult, man. That little dude wants to wrestle. But I'm glad that I get to look at what matters to me. And so I'm just like, oh, well, why don't you put the focus on yourself? And that maybe if I am valuing myself and prioritizing what my values are, that is where I will attract people who also share these same values instead of compromising. What I've done, and I realize I did this in my life by playing rescuer and fixer for a lot of people. I compromised my values, my needs to take care of other people. When they didn't need me to take care of them, they can do that for themselves. And I trust people now to be able to handle situations for themselves. I don't need to swoop in and rescue. Because what I do that I surround myself with broken individuals who maybe don't know how to be honest to themselves, who don't honor what their values are, who um, don't contribute, who don't want to grow. And so I'm really getting to reflect on that and take a look at my sideways view with it. And so I'm really, really grateful that I'm at the point again of where I can view challenges as opportunities for growth versus being limited in any kind of way. So I just wanted to take ownership of that from the dream. And then the last thing is this quote was stuck in my head of, let me see if I can find it again. Um, mm, 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 mm. Whoops, sorry about that background. But it's basically that great minds discuss ideas, average minds discuss events, and small minds discuss other people. So, am I spending my time talking about what other people are doing? Because if so, then I'm limiting what my mind is worth. Am I spending my time talking about things that have happened? Then I'm just being average. But am I talking about ideas, where I want to go, what's important, what do I value, where I want to be, what do we want to create together? If I'm in that space, then I know I'm back in great mind space. And that's a place where I usually hang out, but as of, dealing with trauma, um I've kind of gotten into this small space of, oh, this person doesn't understand me. They can't see me, or this event has happened. And great, I can talk about events like I'm logging on my wall, just like the text stuff that happens because I'm using it when I make my reports. Um, but that's still choosing to stay average. So it's like, how do I stay great in the midst of a storm? And how do I find that crew of people who want to stay great together? So that's kind of what I am reflecting on today. All right. Till next time. Peace.